I appreciate being here with you once again. And thanks this morning for the earth beneath my feet, the air in my lungs, the ability to perceive this world and learn and grow on a daily basis. And I figured it's time to start reflecting on that once again. It's time to push forward and get into the solution, despite the struggles of this world. These last few months have definitely been something. Yeah, I've fallen into that whisper, and if you're out there consumed with it, struggling to get up and get moving, feeling a bit anxious today, we'll have a cup of coffee and hopefully come up with some remedies for uh, to quiet that whisper just a little bit. I'm not particularly feeling on the ball, but it's time to get moving, and yeah, hopefully we can chat with some old friends, make some new ones, and move forward in a positive way despite the struggle in this world. I'll admit a big part of where I've been lately is losing connection with this, connection with the people I care for. I've been working hard on communicating clearly despite the struggle, and I think in the last couple of weeks I've been able to pull things together a bit better, starting with the small things, taking that medicine that we've talked about before and putting it into action, not worrying about the big picture and just doing the next right thing, which most of the time is a small little action, right? We worry about all these big picture things and it consumes us, and it can be a lot. But the reality is it's the next right thing the next right thing most of the time is the small unremarkable move that's in the yeah it's greater good for ourselves. But anyhow, don't really feel like I have much to say, but I want to push forward and start making this a routine again. Start communicating with you guys, finding a way to pull those puzzle pieces together to be a little bit more emotionally stable. I've been listening to the whisper for way too long. It became a roar, and I allowed it to consume me, and I one by one threw away all those little puzzle pieces of positivity that make up my mental stability. And Andy, it's good to see you. And I'm going to be working on that. It's time to get into the solution. It's time to push forward and stop listening to that whisper. Hello, Scott, my friend. Andy, it's so good to see you. AX, how you doing there, brother? Sister, mother. Talking a little bit about holding ourselves together and pushing forward, not holding yesterday against ourselves, myself. I'll have to admit that these last few months, every day becomes a little heavier when you don't do the thing, when you're not doing the thing, and you can't be in this moment. It can be a struggle. But slow and steady. We get back on the ball. We push forward. We take care of ourselves. M. Dizzle, it's so good to see you. This morning, I'm working on a project here, basement, for someone who gave me a ring for my own little thing, which is positive. But I figured I'd take some time and try to chat with you guys a little bit, and maybe some suggestions on how you push forward through the struggle. As always, some reflection on on life in general and how we can push forward in a positive and appreciative way. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really feeling 100% on the ball, feeling a little anxious, right? That first leap once again after not doing something in a while. We attempted a live a while, a couple days ago. It didn't go too well. I hope this is going a little bit better for you guys. Laura, it's really good to see you this morning, Laura. I appreciate you being here to back me up. I was reflecting on our conversation that we had a couple days ago, and it's really helped me to find a sense of peace through the struggle. Um, it's all about pulling those small little puzzle pieces together. It's not one big action that's going to fix this pain and this struggle that we find ourselves in at times. For me, it's a small little thing that continuously adds up. It's that whisper of pain and anguish that becomes louder and louder through all the negative things, that we just, the indecision of not doing or doing. Right? Uh, and it's the same way up. We have to reach out, be there for the people we care for, and it has to start with us. Being open and honest, and that's what I'm working on, communicating with you guys today. And Laura, it's such a blessing to see you. Uh, Laura, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you, MD. Yeah, that's don't be hard on yourself is a good one. I appreciate that. Quotes, that's what we're saying. Quotes that help you reflect and understand what we're talking about would be appreciated. Um, Maybe some small reflections on how you find your way out of that dark place, so that we can help each other learn and grow. Um, for me too, I'm reflecting on the wisdom and appreciation that I have when I'm in my right mind. Has been helping quite a bit lately. Um, and trying to get back on the ball with some of these positive things that I do when I'm in my right mind, when I'm feeling well, right? Before I start throwing away all these little puzzle pieces that add up to me being in a comfortable and safe place. And that started for me with getting up and picking up the living room a couple weeks ago. I know it did seem like it didn't mean anything, like it wasn't going to do anything, but we have to start building some kind of momentum for anything to happen in our lives, especially when things become extremely stagnant. Um, whether it be on our own record or the world's, right? Oh, tree farmer, brother, I've thought about you quite a bit, man. It's really good to hear from you. And I'm proud of you too, Andy. Thank you for being here, Pokey, man. For everybody who's chimed in and sent me some messages to make me realize that through this time that I'm still thought of. I recently realized how many messages that I have gotten, and it really helped me out a lot to see that you guys are still thinking about me. To know that the turtle herd is still there. That's one of the puzzle pieces uh, that I lost track of. You know, as the room gets darker, it gets harder to see the medicine that surrounds us. And you guys and our connection is a beautiful medicine. Um, Despite these expectations I put on things that tend to add weight to it, there doesn't need to be any expectations here with us. And that's something that we've developed together. And but it can be hard sometimes to take our medicine. And in this moment, I'm feeling a little bit anxious, and I'm feeling a little bit whelmed due to a scenario that kind of put me to the test. But I did what was for myself yesterday, um, and I'm reflecting on that. I'm trying to do what's best for myself in this moment, so that we can move forward in a positive way. Laura, if you're still there, did you like that song I sent you the other day? Just something that reminded me of something reminded me of you, and it just came on, and I thought maybe I'd send it to you. I hope you appreciated it. Um, yeah, get up and do something with yourself, and that feeling of uselessness will leave you. A great piece of wisdom that Al shared with me that I'm trying to hold on to. That's part of the first steps of moving forward out of depression, anxiety. For me, those are the two major things that I allow to consume myself. Uh, this sense of angst and self-loathing that I struggle against when I allow the whisper to become a roar. It's good to chat with you, tree farmer, and I'm glad you've been thinking about me too, man. Like I said, there's been a lot going on, and I had to slow down a little bit, and sometimes the world forces you to do that, and I got stuck in that moment, that struggle. But it's time to take our medicine, which is reach out. Where is it? Text. I sent you, Laura. I sent you a song yesterday. Did you not get it? Maybe I texted it to you. Um, I think we're talking to Messenger Laura here, right? Be right back. MD, we appreciate you. Giving thanks and appreciation this morning. Still drinking out of the same cup. A nice reminder of the circle of life. Uh, I'm doing my best to do the simple things, take the simple actions that will add up to some positivity and hope. And this is one of them. This is one of them. Getting back on the ball despite my kind of awkward, feeling about it at the moment. Breaking that barrier, because we can't be comfortable all the time or nothing changes. And when nothing happens in our lives, in my life, a lot of time it's because I become stagnant and I allow fear to rule me. So one of the other things I'd seen here too is the top fan thing. That's a new thing. You guys get experience points for sending messages. I thought that was pretty interesting. So feel free to, we'll see who hits the top of the chart at the end. We've got Laura's at the top, our number one commenter, Tree Farmer, and then Pokey. That's awesome, guys. It's really good to be here with you this morning. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys backing me. It's time to get back on the ball. It's time to push forward, right? It's time to look at what the medicine is and take our medicine despite the struggle. That's where I've been at. Despite that anxious nature, we must do the next right thing. When things don't go to plan, it can, for me, it can really throw a wrench in the in the cogs. It's partially where I'm at today, and but we're here together, right? To weather the burden together. All these lessons that we've learned together through our conversations, and I'm looking to remind myself of those lessons, that acceptance and that appreciation, and truly drop the self-loathing so that I can appreciate not just what we've built here together, but the lessons that I've learned along the way that we so easily lose track of. I so easily lose track of. I don't know about you, but if you know how it feels to struggle, if you've ever felt on fire with anxiety or depression, grief, this dark hole of abuse and abandonment that can consume us, if we allow that whisper to become a roar, it becomes everything. And it's time to let that go. It's time to find the line between reflection and rumination, and reflect enough to grow from the scenario, but not get sucked into that tornado of rumination. Let's see what we got here. Tree Farmer. Already got the great grant to fix the road next to put up the well, and then start in the tiny house. Oh, so you got a grant to put up the road, the well, and the tiny house, man. I'm building all the interior greenhouse. I'm starting the supplementary power. Tree Farmer. It sounds like you're doing absolutely amazing, man. It's so good to hear from you. And then we got my buddy Troy. Appreciate you commenting, man. Yo, brother, from another mother, from my brother Troy. He's got an awesome channel here that I need to get back to. But yeah, dude, it's really good to see you. My brother from another mother and Father Nature. I love you as always and wish you luck. Well, we're here together, brother, and that makes me feel appreciative and lucky. It's a good morning for me. I know you're across the world, so it must be a good night for you. But I'm pushing forward, and I'm doing the next right thing today, bro. And it's really good to see you. It's really good to have you comment and be able to communicate with you. Soon, Tree Farmer. As soon as I get the utilities, I'm going to start putting up the tiny house. That's awesome, Tree Farmer, and it's really good that you're pushing forward. I know that I'll be honest and open. Part of my this crushing thing for me has been the car thing, and you being at the pinnacle of but that just never seemed to work out, and I had to set that down for a while, and I'm not sure where that's going, but I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're pushing forward, man. It's a really awesome thing. I'm now working at the Factory, have a smoke time, and it's nice to see you for a while. It's nice to see you too, man. I quit smoking, everybody. Believe it or not, we didn't hit 5K, and I quit smoking cigarettes over this last few months. Um, maybe we'll go into exactly how it all played out, but it's been some craziness, but I'm working on it. And it has E7310. It has been a while. Awesome. I'm still looking for the twins for us. You keep your eye out for those twins, man. I appreciate you, brother. E73. It's hello right back to you, bro. It's really good to see you guys. It's really good for everybody to come in this morning. Um, yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of time and ease back into this. Um, you know, camaraderie. I hope you really like the job, Troy. I hope it's working out well for you. I've been doing a little bit of painting. I actually got a call uh, for a basement dry lock and paint that I'm doing, giving this lady a really good deal. Something on my own, which is something I haven't done in a while, and it feels good. That end of it feels good. I'll have to admit that, like, I was feeling well for the last few days, and then yesterday didn't go to plan. I had a new friend that I had met through another friend who was going camping, and he invited me out, and we're supposed to go camping. And this friend admitted to me, or we met a handful of times, and he admitted to me he had a problem with drinking, and he was struggling with this problem with drinking. Was in depression and this kind of thing. And we invited him and a few other guys over for pizza, and it was a nice night when I met this gentleman. And I went out to go camping, and he was drunk. And here's the thing: I don't judge, man. If you drink or if you do whatever, I like having a beer every once in a while, and have my own medicines I like to use at times. But when you admit that it's an issue, and I consider you a friend, then I can't not say anything. It was a very tense. It took this upwards, it took this upward momentum that I had, and it kind of caused me to have anxiety because I was put to the test. I had to say something. I had to say something to this gentleman, not because he was drinking, but because he knew that he had a problem with it and he was drinking. He drove up to the Adirondacks drinking, um, and you know, and it just made me uncomfortable. It wouldn't have made me uncomfortable if it wasn't a problem for him, and we're trying to develop a friendship with this gentleman. But and it wasn't easy to say it, right? It's not easy to say, hey, I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna get going. No hard feelings, man. Thanks for inviting me, but like, if we're gonna build a friendship, then I have to be honest with you. You know it's not healthy for you to drink, so therefore I'm not gonna encourage that by being around when you drink, man. And I don't encourage anybody to drink and drive. I don't think it's a great idea, especially like literally drink while you're driving. And not to judge this person, and just that's a big part of why I'm kind of feeling anxious this morning because I had to make that decision. But I feel like I made the right decision as a good friend. Um, Still looking for those twins. I hope every people here are having a fresh day and the crazy you stop cigarettes for now. I'm smiling for you. Awesome, awesome. Back to work, Troy, and I appreciate the backup with the quit smoking. It's been a rough one, man. It's been a rough one, and I'm sure that's part of the tension in my heart. Found it, love it. Words and beats, ridiculous. No, it did. My power just anyway. I guess we don't need it. There it goes. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. And that's. I'm going to start taking advantage of the medicine that we've created here, with no expectations. We got to start slow and drop those expectations and figure out a way to be back in the moment, um, of peace and appreciation. For me, the expectations can build these resentments on myself when it doesn't work out exactly the way that I'd expect it to. And yesterday was a hard thing, man. The new friend who's struggling with his whatever it is for him. I barely know this dude, so I'm not judging. Um, but for me, we have to draw the line in the sand for what's comfortable for us. And for me, it wasn't comfortable for me to be there with somebody who knows that he has a problem with drinking, especially when he admitted for like physically having a beer in his hand while he drove and almost, worried about getting pulled over. And he was like laughing about it. And it's like, these are all these defense mechanisms that we use when we're doing these self-torturous things. Like, and I told him, I just don't have the energy. I'm not trying to judge you and where you're at, man, but like, I'm not the kind of person who can just sit here and and not saying anything because trying to build a friendship with you, and so it was kind of an intense day, and that kind of sent me into some anxiousness. But I think I passed the test. So I guess part of the lesson of yesterday is to acknowledge the tests laid out before us, and do the next right thing for yourself first. I could have, we were going to go fishing and do some snorkeling and hang out at this awesome campsite, but it's like that would have been me reinforcing something that I knew wasn't good for. I was told, he told me it wasn't good for him, that drinking wasn't good for him. So I wouldn't be a good friend if I would have just let that happen, and not done something, even though it was uncomfortable for me to say. Don't worry about the car then. I said when we were talking about it, you need to. Yeah, well, Tree Farmer, I appreciate that deeply, man. I'm not sure exactly what the plans are. I still have that intention, and thank you for putting that out there because I tend to overthink things. And I'll admit, with the car thing, I started taking that I was having anxiety before. Started taking that medication, and it revved me up into this manic state, that I had all these great ideas, and then it stopped helping with the anxiety. And I think, then going to Georgia and getting in, might still be on the slow and steady, no expectations. I appreciate you dropping the expectations there, Tree Farmer, when it comes to the car. But we can chat a little bit more about that as we move forward. I've done a lot of stupid things just this week. E7310, brother, if you want to share any of those stupid things, feel free. If you want to share anything that's helped you to learn from those stupid things, right? Fire hot, we burn ourselves, and and then we learn and grow, because that's the way it goes as for us as humans. Um, that's the other thing too. Let's work on dropping the resentments that we have for ourselves because we're learning, because we're doing these stupid things that help us grow. And I don't find it stupid to, that I, it's hard. I dealt with a lot of addiction and alcoholism, and, myself and the people around me. And that's what it brought up these emotions dealing with this friend of mine and his issues yesterday. And that's why it was hard to like walk away from him there. Of course I was worried about this dude. I want him to be all right, but I can't live in the question mark that comes along with someone who admits that they have a problem with drinking. And again, I don't judge. If that would never came up in the conversation, then I about it. So feel free to double tap that screen. Your thumbs won't fall off. I promise you. Anyhow, and we're going to get off that and move forward. I'm waking on glass right now, but I have all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Tree Farmer says, I'm walking on glass right now, but I have all 10 fingers and all 10 toes crossed. And that's amazing news, and I'm glad you're still here without resentment, man, because I've been holding resentment about myself for these expectations that I for a reason, right? So let's cross for you as well with that. And who knows what's going to happen with the Galactic Adventure. I still have the best of intentions to put it to good use. Thank you, MD. Like I said, slow and steady. We'll jump over these hurdles. I had to remember that we're in this show together, right? Buffering, heck. Yeah, is it still buffering really bad? It started loading there for a second. Yeah, I don't get the best signal here at the house, but I'm glad that we can come together and communicate. No one thinks you are jumping. Maybe you need to see just. Yeah, no one thinks that you're judging. Maybe, yeah, see the anxiety as just positive power. Well, I think at times it can be. Like the other day when I woke up and I'm in this, I get so revved up that it almost feels like anxiety, but it's not negative, right? And one of the things I'm working on is when I'm in that positive, working towards a manic state where it's, I'm trying to bring it down, versus trying to pull myself up from that other place, to find that middle ground is part of what I'm working on. But I appreciate you reflecting on that, Laura. A lot of your wisdom has really helped me to start reorganizing my thought process. And it's great being here with you guys today. We're going to give it about another 5 minutes because I got to get out of here. I'm going to finish up that basement project, helping a friend out, and take it easy today, slow and steady, so nice and easy. But let's see what we got here in the top fans today. Laura, you're killing it. 75 experience points, it says. Then we got Cho, 75 tree farmers at 75. I'm not sure exactly how this experience points work, but that's pretty interesting. Something new since I've been on here. It's okay at the moment. Awesome. Yeah, dude, I wonder what the power outage was about. That was crazy, wasn't it? Well, we jinxed ourselves, didn't we, there, MD? But yeah, before we go, I'd like to take a minute and thank you guys for popping back in. Thank you for all the messages and concerns over the last couple of months. Thank you for all the continuous support of what we're trying to grow here, despite my inability to continuously have that energy that kind of pulled us all in and led this concept. And know that we're going to start slow and steady again, pushing forward to do the next right thing to the best of our ability. We'll always have a great day and keep on going, one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other, one small step at a time. We're going to push forward and do the next right thing. When the opportunity presents itself today to do the next right thing and it pops into your heart, don't say no. Say yes to that small little gesture that can help another human being that'll help you grow. Don't allow that fear and that whisper to to push you out of that place of acceptance that can help us find peace. I truly believe that's part of the puzzle that we're talking about here. Uh, it's definitely part of the puzzle. You know, the more you do the next right thing, the more that you get momentum towards the positivity in your life, the more that positivity will grow and echo out into the world around you. That's part of the rough part about being in a really anxious, depressed state. That energy flows out from us and it grows into a wave as well. One of the big things that I've realized to get out of that state is we can't just stop it and swap the energy. We have to figure out a way to let the dust settle uh, so we can start ringing that other frequency. And that starts by fighting against that anxious, tense depression and getting up and doing something with ourselves uh, despite how pointless it might seem, because nothing happens when there's no momentum in your life. Creator can't, your God of your understanding, can't bring beauty into your life um, if there's no momentum. There's nothing's going to happen. And again, all God does, all Creator, God of your understanding can do is open the doors around you. We must take the initiative to walk through those doors despite the struggle and weight that we might be feeling. And I'm not going to push you to do anything right now in this moment. It might be impossible. And it gets even harder as those moments go by and we do nothing and it becomes heavier and the drain becomes more and more clogged. So no pressure, no expectations. Uh, I just hope you move forward with positivity and hope in your heart. And I'm going to take that with me today as well as I push forward to the best of my ability. Um, let's see, we'll go back here. Sorry, Gen X. What's this? Get caught up. I definitely need the most experience points. Yeah, me too. Keep going, one foot in front of the other. I definitely need the most experience points. Yeah, I'm working on that as well. I could use a couple experience points here myself. Tree farmer. 73 says, I mean, like, I don't sleep in a tent for a while. It was fun, but hot. I'm sure, brother. It's been a rough one lately. Sorry, Gen X. What are you sorry, Gen X, for? He says. I says, keep on pushing, enveloping. For sure, MD. Keep pushing forward. Always got a game. Awesome. Hey, brother, I still got that Discord hit me. So we've never communicated on Discord, Tree Farmer, and I'd like to do that. It'd be nice to truly open up and have a good conversation with you. I got a tentative trip coming up here soon that we'll chat about here again. I didn't want today to be about expectations and setting plans and putting more blocks on top of the, of what is to come. But but I'm looking to make moves, but I'm looking to take care of and center myself and find myself in a positive, centered place and get some things taken care of before I step off. Have a cool day in the basement. It'll be a nice day in that basement. Yeah. Don't build up all the problems on top of yourself. You're right. We shouldn't pile up all these problems on top of ourselves. That's part of putting it out there into the universe for me. and chatting about it, getting other opinions so we can let it go, put it on the shelf. Chris, and his, explaining to me this compartmentalizing concept has helped me to understand that I'm horrible at it, but we got to figure out a way to put some stuff on the shelf for a while and just focus on what we're doing, because a big part of what I struggle with rumination that has to do with not being able to put it on the shelf and compartmentalize. So, and I'm just being open and honest, and I hope that maybe some of these tools will help you to do the same. Who really knows the point in life? E7310. My father would say it's the connections that we make. And when I'm in my right mind, I believe that, because it's the only thing we take with us. These positive moments of reflection, love, and appreciation, and the lessons learned thereof. And I believe that that maybe that point changes for each one of us, but I believe that when he told me that, he believed it, and when I can embody that understanding and truly get that concept, I feel closer to creator than I do when I don't. Right. So yeah, I think that might be part of it. If you guys have a thought on what the point is, please feel free to let me know, or if you agree or disagree with that concept. Again, as always, I know nothing. I speak because I'm seeking truth. Even in the times where I sound like I know what I'm talking about, believe me, no clue. Um, I'm here speaking and filling the air, seeking for the truth so that we can grow and learn together, trying to develop a place of strength and appreciation through the struggle. This turtle herd that we've developed here together. If you decided to subscribe, slow and steady, we weather the burden together. And I'm here to admit that I lost track of that for a while, but that doesn't need to be my reality forever. It doesn't need to be your reality forever. If you're dealing with loss or addiction or grief or pain or some kind of mental health issue, or just the world in general is pulling you down into a place, that you understand there's somebody out there who can hear you. Or even if you have loved ones that are struggling with these things, I think that it's hard for a lot of people, even me, to understand things outside of what I've struggled with. And this is the place, and I want to start defining this place again so that I can heal, so that we can find ourselves back in that place we were at when we were giving thanks in the woods and all these awesome things in the shorts, in my shorts that I've created, these awesome moments that have helped me to find peace, and be that person that doesn't live in anxiety and pain. Feel the love, it's all around you. Lady J, I feel the love. Good afternoon. Good to see you. What throwing, what like threw at you? How you feeling? Lady J, it's a mixed bag this morning, but we're pushing forward. Lady J, it's so good to see you. I wanted to, thank you specifically for some of the messages you've sent over the last few months. Um, you know, Beast, hello to the beast. It's good to see you all. Feeling the love. It's all around you. It is. It is. We have to recognize that love to truly bring it into our hearts. And that's part of what I was talking about this morning is, this echo that rings out from us. And when it's negative energy, that negative energy becomes a tidal wave that consumes us and crushes us. And we have to figure out a way to settle the seas a little bit so that we can ring that other tone, so we can start putting positivity into our life. And it's not going to start as a tidal wave. It's going to start as a little wave floating out from us, just like the negative energy did. Um, and there's going to be things that set us back, like what happened with my buddy last night. But when we're tested and we recognize that we can move forward with hope and love in our hearts, and I think that's the point. Beast, hello, brother. How's life? Pushing forward. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. Everybody's excited to see Lady J. Lady J has got, I mean, she might not be on the top fan right here on the thing today, whatever that means, but she is the top fan. She has commented on every single one of my shorts, and it's absolutely amazing that, all these little things, I mean, that's what it was for, so you guys can join the adventure. Some of it's this, some of it's that, some of it might not be your forte, some of it might be, but there's a lot of shenanigans in there, good, bad, and indifferent, and I'm really glad that Lady J enjoys them, and hopefully you guys can enjoy those things. There's some playlists to kind of segregate some of the shorts so that if there's a topic that you might like, in there. Some bun. There's some cool stuff I found along the way. I need to make like a nature one for Randy so he can see all the hiking ones that I've done. Um, yeah, take time to reflect on who you are when you're in your right mind, because that's helped me a lot watching some of my old lives and going back through the shorts and recognizing how peaceful I can be when I find myself floating with the river of life. And I deserve that. You deserve that. And I'm glad I could catch you. I'm so glad you guys are catching up too. I am glad that this place, this space that we've developed is still here in a positive way. I don't know. I lost track of it and it became non-existent for a while because of where I was. But I'm glad that we can pick this back up and move forward as a group. And you guys can reconnect again. All the, a bunch of the main. We had McLovin in here in the brief 2-minute live I tried to do the other day, which was great. I need an email address to add to the Deepwood Glen list so I can update you. Yes, dude. I'm gonna have to get a hold of you on Discord. We're gonna have to do that and chat a little bit, without a doubt. Tree farmer. Oh man, better off saying Lady J. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are communicating. I'm not. No expectations. That's a good thing, man. Expectations breed resentments, especially when I have them on myself, and especially for me and the way my mind works. As soon as I start piling expectations on myself, that's when that whisper starts that you're not good enough and you can't complete all this stuff and you can't do these great, amazing things. So, yeah, I appreciate you dropping expectations. And, brother, I really like, in my heart of hearts and I would like to come see what you got going on there, and we'll play it, let it play out whatever way it needs to play out. I would like to put the Galactic Avenger to good use. I'm looking to, step off of it, but all that stuff. We'll then talk about that we're gonna move forward together in a slow way, starting right here, right now. Um, Lady J, oh, come on, stop it. Let's see. Well said, Scott. When something upsets me, I have to little blow out and let it go. But for the most part, I've learned to shrug things off and even better, laugh at the irony in life. Thank you, Lady J. Appreciate you backing me up. And appreciate everybody else there who's double tapped that screen. If anybody's thumbs fall off, please let us know. I highly doubt they have, and I highly doubt they will if you decide to. But join the community, join the conversation. Help us figure out how we're gonna push forward as a group and silence that whisper that consumes us, because you don't deserve to live in that pain, without a doubt. And I can say that from the outside in. And I know how hard it is to believe it from the inside. Believe me, it's coming out of a pretty dark place here once again. Um, so hold on today and push forward. That's the concept, to hold on and to push forward and to do the next great thing to the best of your ability with no expectations. I got to go. M. Dizzle, it's so good to see you. Have a good day, 73. I appreciate you stopping in, Scott. We all humans. We all allowed to go off the rails now and then. It's part of life. Nobody's perfect. Thank you, Andy. That means a lot. I appreciate you giving me that leeway, because it's hard for me to give myself that leeway, and I know that when I'm in my right mind. I need to stop, holding this stuff against myself. And Andy, yours, I remember. I'm so glad you guys are communicating with each other. Lady J and MD, you're both amazing human beings, and I appreciate you being here with us. All you can do is reach out to support each other, even in the small ways. It means something. Spread the love, very much so, and that's what I'm here for. I'm reaching out to support you, to support myself, to work on this community, to show the respect that this community deserves, that we've developed, because we've developed a beautiful thing here, man. It doesn't have to be some huge thing. Just us having coffee in the morning, speaking openly, I think is enough. Almost forgot to double tap, she says. Like and subscribe, Lady J says. This is a beautiful place to be. Thank you, Lady J. I'm glad you think so. And we're running a little bit later than we thought we would. I'm turning out we got to cut it short today. But if you do find yourself with some time and you need some love and some motivation, I appreciate that, Lady J. that the good thing with that too. Oh, we made 273 today somehow, so there must have been another one as well. Or oh no, 273 because it's euros. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, um, yeah, that's something I was gonna, to be honest with you, I was gonna disable, but we're here, and I appreciate the couple bucks, but without expectations. To be honest with you, we've got a couple $100 in the Cash App fund still, and a couple $100 in what we've made through those things. So maybe I'll just leave it on, and if you guys want to without expectations, that'd be great. We got to hit $100 before it becomes something that'll transfer out. It's complicated. That was part of the anxiety too, it being this thing, right? Putting money on things makes it complicated. But I'm not gonna hold expectations because of it. It's great. I appreciate you and the couple bucks that'll go towards the next right thing. Sorry if I missed anything. I had to go outside and I ran with a. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that you got that taken care of, tree farmer. But no, I was just saying goodbye. We're just wrapping it up. You know how I get long-winded when it's time to go. I try to cut it a little bit early because I got to go do this basement. And I just wanted to thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you for helping me settle this little bit of anxiety and anxiousness that was building in my heart. Mostly due to the scenario that I went through yesterday. Thank you for backing me up on that. I truly believe I passed the test, and I hope that today, when you're presented with the test, whatever it may be, I hope you acknowledge it and you pass that test. By doing the next right thing, by being a real friend, despite how hard it's going to be to say something, despite how much anxiety it might cause you to actually get up and leave if you have to. You did. Well, you did too, Laura. You're here, and it means a lot. I can't even start to express how much it means to have you guys here with me, and how good it feels to feel connected with all of you once again. I love you all deeply, and I can say that with an open heart. And I'm working on loving myself with that deep, compassionate love that I feel for the turtle herd. I will find myself back to that place of complete compassion and love and appreciation and acceptance through open, honest communication, through connection here with you, and through doing the next right thing to the best of my ability. Oh, onward and upward, you lovely people. Keep fighting in the good fight in it together. Strength in numbers. Thank you, Lady J. You hit the nail on the head, my friend. With that being said, Nyawa for being here today, and Ona Nagiwa. Uh, till we meet again, in other words. Bless you guys. Love you and appreciate all the support. Look forward to chatting with you again soon. Thank you for helping me break the bubble and moving forward again with this piece of the puzzle that's positive medicine in my life. You're very lovely and appreciative. And if you lose track of that today, just remember that from the outside looking in, you're an amazing human being. And if you have care, if you have compassion and love and appreciation for what I'm trying to bring to the table, and you can care for me from the outside in, then you deserve that as well, without a doubt. No matter how hard it is to accept that or to see it for ourselves, um, just do the next right thing. It'll exceed your greatest expectations.